Can feminism and love relationships coexist in harmony, or do they always find themselves at odds? This question, dear listeners, sets the pace for our discussion today. We're going to explore this intriguing intersection, shedding light on why some feminists may struggle to maintain healthy love relationships. Expect an insightful journey through 10 key reasons, each contributing to this complex dynamic, so tighten your seatbelts and open your minds as we embark on this enlightening exploration. Let's dive into the 10 reasons why some feminists find it difficult to keep healthy love relationships. First on our list is the misunderstanding of feminism. The word feminism often conjures images of female superiority, triggering unease and apprehension. However, this is a misconception. Feminism at its core is about equality, not supremacy. It advocates for equal rights and opportunities for all genders, not the domination of one over the other. This misunderstanding can manifest in relationships as a power struggle where one party feels threatened or dominated. It's crucial to remember that a relationship is a partnership, a team effort. When misconceptions about feminism creep in, they can distort this partnership, leading to unnecessary conflict and tension. In a relationship, both parties should feel equally valued, heard, and respected. Misunderstanding feminism can undermine this balance, creating a power dynamic that's detrimental to the relationship's health. It's essential to communicate openly about these issues, clearing up any misconceptions and fostering understanding. Misunderstanding feminism can lead to unnecessary power struggles in a relationship. Secondly, we have the fear of dependence. This fear is not unfounded. Independence is a trait greatly valued by many feminists, and dependence on a partner can sometimes feel like a compromise of that cherished independence. But here's the thing. Dependence in a relationship isn't about surrendering autonomy. It's about interdependence, a mutual give and take that forms the bedrock of any healthy partnership. Imagine a pair of dancers. Each is skilled, capable, and independent. But when they dance together, they rely on each other for balance, timing, and rhythm. They're not less independent, they're interdependent. And that's a beautiful thing. Unfortunately, the fear of dependence can sometimes lead to reluctance in accepting or offering support in a relationship. It's important to understand that support and dependence are not synonymous. Dependence is about mutual growth, not individual limitation. Fear of dependence can hinder the growth of mutual support in a relationship. Thirdly, let's examine communication barriers. In any relationship, communication is key. But what happens when differing viewpoints on gender roles enter the conversation? Imagine a situation where one person believes in traditional gender roles, while the other supports a more egalitarian approach. The disparity in beliefs might create a chasm in communication, making it challenging for both parties to understand and respect each other's perspectives. This isn't just about who does the dishes or who brings home the bacon, it's about how we perceive roles, responsibilities, and power dynamics in a relationship. If these perceptions aren't communicated effectively, it can lead to disagreements, misunderstandings, and even conflicts. It's crucial to remember that open and honest communication is a two-way street. It requires empathy, patience, and a willingness to understand and accommodate different perspectives. Without these elements, the bridge of understanding can quickly crumble and the relationship can suffer. Communication barriers can lead to misunderstandings and conflicts. Scene script. Next up is the issue of unrealistic expectations. Quite often, individuals, regardless of their advocacy for feminism, may harbor expectations of their partners that are far-fetched or impractical. This is not exclusive to feminists, but it can be a significant hurdle in their pursuit of healthy love relationships. Imagine setting the bar so high that it becomes almost impossible for anyone to reach. This can stem from a variety of sources, such as romanticized media portrayals, personal ideals, or even a skewed understanding of equality in a relationship. While it's important to have standards and not settle for less, there's a fine line between having high standards and having unrealistic expectations. Such expectations can lead to a constant feeling of dissatisfaction, as no partner can live up to the impossible ideal. This, in turn, can create a cycle of disappointment, leading to strain and eventual breakdown of the relationship. Remember, it's about finding a partner who respects and understands you, not someone who fits an impossible mold. Unrealistic expectations can lead to disappointment and dissatisfaction in relationships. Halfway through our list, we have fear of vulnerability. Vulnerability, the art of opening up, showing our true selves, is often seen as a sign of weakness or submission. Some feminists may struggle with this aspect, worried that it may undermine their strength or independence. However, it's essential to remember that vulnerability is not a weakness, but a strength. It requires courage to show your authentic self, your fears, dreams, and insecurities. It's the foundation of emotional intimacy, the cornerstone of any healthy relationship. Without it, connections remain superficial, lacking depth and meaning. Vulnerability allows for understanding, empathy, and ultimately love. Yet, the fear of appearing vulnerable can be a significant hurdle for some, causing them to hold back, to put up walls. This can lead to a lack of emotional intimacy, preventing relationships from reaching their full potential. Fear of vulnerability can prevent emotional intimacy in relationships. Sixth on our list is the balance of power issue. The power dynamics in a relationship are a critical factor for harmony. However, some feminists might find it challenging to strike a balance. They may feel the need to assert their independence and equality, which is absolutely valid. Yet this can sometimes come across as a need to control the relationship, leading to conflicts. It's essential to understand that power in a relationship isn't about controlling the other person. Instead, it's about mutual respect and equality. Both parties should have an equal say and feel valued. Struggles with power balance may arise when the focus shifts from mutual growth to individual dominance. Remember, a healthy relationship is like a seesaw. It functions best when there's a balance. When one person tries to dominate, it tips the balance, leading to instability. Struggling with the balance of power can lead to unstable relationships. Next, we have fear of commitment. Fear of commitment, while not exclusive to feminists, can be particularly intense for those who value their independence highly. It's not about shunning love or intimacy, but rather a concern that committing to a relationship might stifle their autonomy. Imagine this: you fought hard to establish your independence, to create a space where you're free to make choices without any external influence. Now the thought of sharing your life with another person might seem like surrendering a part of that hard-won freedom. You might worry that your partner could impose their will, or that compromises might limit your personal growth. This fear, however, can become a roadblock to forming deep, lasting connections. Relationships, by nature, demand a certain level of commitment, a willingness to intertwine your life with someone else's. And while this does require a degree of compromise, it doesn't mean losing your independence. Fear of commitment can prevent the development of long-term relationships. Eighth on our list is stereotyping. Stereotyping is a mental shortcut that our brains use to quickly categorize people and situations. In the context of feminism, this can lead to a lot of misunderstanding and prejudice. For instance, the stereotype that feminists are man-haters or anti-family can create a false narrative that puts unnecessary strain on relationships. Stereotyping often simplifies complex individuals into one-dimensional caricatures, stripping them of their unique identities and experiences. This can make it difficult for feminists to express their true selves within their relationships, as they're constantly battling against these preconceived notions. It's like being trapped in a box that someone else has built for you. Moreover, these stereotypes can also influence how feminists perceive their own roles within relationships, potentially leading to self-fulfilling prophecies. If you're constantly told that feminists can't maintain healthy relationships, you might start to believe it yourself and act accordingly. Stereotyping can lead to unnecessary conflicts and tension in relationships. It's crucial to see beyond these stereotypes and appreciate each other as individuals. Ninth on our list is a lack of compromise. It's a cornerstone of any relationship, yet for some feminists, the idea of compromise can be a tough pill to swallow. They may perceive it as a surrender of their rights or a setback to their feminist ideals. But let's clarify something here. Compromise doesn't mean giving up your values or principles. It's about finding a common ground, a middle path that respects both partners' desires and needs. It's about understanding that in a relationship, it's not just about you or me, but us. It's about fostering a sense of unity while still preserving individuality. However, if compromise is seen as a threat to one's autonomy or a sign of subjugation, it becomes a roadblock in the way of a healthy relationship. When both parties refuse to bend, it leads to stalemates, neither advancing nor retreating. This inflexibility can breed resentment, frustration, and ultimately, estrangement. A lack of compromise can lead to deadlock situations in relationships. Last but not least, we have fear of losing identity. It's a powerful force, this fear, often lurking just beneath the surface of consciousness. Many feminists, with their strong sense of self and independence, can feel threatened by the perceived loss of identity that can come with a relationship. The notion of merging lives, of becoming a we instead of a me, can be daunting. They may feel that their individuality, their unique voice and perspective, could be overshadowed or silenced in the name of love and compromise. It's important to remember that a healthy relationship doesn't mean losing oneself. It's about creating a shared space where both individuals can thrive, while still maintaining their unique identities. It's about mutual respect, understanding and growth, not about erasure. However, the fear of losing oneself, of being absorbed into another, can be a significant barrier for feminists when it comes to forming relationships. Fear of losing identity can prevent the formation of a healthy union in relationships. To recap our discussion, we've explored 10 potent reasons why some feminists may find maintaining healthy love relationships challenging. From misunderstandings of feminism, fears of dependence, communication barriers, to unrealistic expectations and issues of power balance, each factor plays a significant role. Yet these hurdles can be surmounted with understanding, open communication, and a willingness to compromise. Remember, feminism and love aren't mutually exclusive. It's about finding a balance that respects both partners' rights and desires.